Hello and welcome to Tangling Along with me. We are going to continue on a Translucen-Z tile. I like these tiles, especially with these pieces here for placing a cup on, a cup holder or what you call that. And we made this one last time, so I'm going to make one today as well. And I think I'm gonna make maybe something like this. We will see. I want to hear if you want me to make another one next time we're going to make one of these drawings, or you want me to draw on this one the next time. Today we are going to do that one, but one of these next time. Which one do you like? Tell me in the comment. So let's get to this one. And I'm gonna start with relaxing in my shoulders, my hands, my fingers. I'm going to take a deep breath. And just be grateful for the day today. Yeah. So we are going to do the dot in each corner of our tile, and then we are connecting this dot with a line. And then we have our border around the tile. Sorry about that blue dot. I might need to find another paper for this. No, another piece of fabric here. But anyway, let's see. I have this pattern that I made a little wonky last time, and I was thinking about making space for that pattern. And then I have a few more of these patterns that I would like to make. So maybe make a triangular shape thingy there. So that's the grid line that we're working with. So the first one is this pattern here that we are going to do, and I'm going to try to do it the right way from the start. So I'm starting with this triangular shape here, like that, leaving a gap and making another one. And yes, I'm not going all the way out to my border lines. They are actually just showing me where I am going to work within. And I'm gonna do this all the way up. Like that. And then we are going to connect the triangular shape with a smaller triangular shape going the opposite way. And what you do in one spot, you are going to do in all spots. There we go. And then I am gonna start with this one. So we are going from this and down the side of this one. So this one has actually that as well. Then from here down to the side of this one, and so on. And you could make it go even longer down if you want to. And here I'm gonna go like this, so that I still have the pattern. And here you can do, I'm just moving this just a little. Here you can do kind of a lot of things, and one thing I like to do is lines. So I'm gonna make lines in these triangular shapes here. And it's okay if they are a bit wonky. Doesn't really matter. They will still look great when they're all done. And And again, what I did in one, I'm gonna do in all of these. There we go. So we can do some kind of decoration in the shape we have here. And the last one we did, we kind of aura'd the shape of these wing thingies. And I'm just making soft curves here. Like that. Gonna turn it around and do the same over here. Starting from the bottom line of the first triangular shape. And this one is kind of going to be a black and white tangle, because I think that fits best for this one, but you could put in some colors if you want to. I'm thinking of making these maybe only 2 of them. Starting, whoops, from the top and going down. Like that, just to make it a bit different. I kind of like that. Okay, let's see. I was thinking of doing something else over here, but I'm actually gonna do the exact same thing, just from the opposite way around. So I'm first going to make my triangular shape, and then the space, and the next triangular shape, and so on. And then we connect them with the smaller triangular shape. Getting a bit drama in here with the black colored in triangular shape. So this one is gonna go over here and down. The next one is going to hit that line we just made. And so on. So you can see this is getting a bit wider than you might think you want to. I see they come from here and go down like that, and then I might have a little of the triangular shape here. There we go. So that's the pattern. Now I'm going in with my small lines here because I want them to look as much as possible the same way. There we go. And we're going to make these rod shapes here. I still think they look like wings on some kind of a bug. And let's do this while I'm here. Turn it around, do the same thing. Oops. Remember, there is no mistake in Zentangle. Just work around it and use it to your advantage if you do something you really did not want it to. There it is. I like that. Okay, so that was this pattern right here. I want to have this one in here somehow, so I think I'm gonna use this bigger triangular shape I have here and try to pop it in here. So let's start with the circle or the orb here, and we're going to make this kind of a B shape, making sure it is touching everywhere on the last one. And if we hit a pattern, we are going to go behind that pattern. And I just continue with the shape all the way around, and this line going up is not always a straight line. I'm just trying to work this pattern around. Oh, now I need to be careful because I don't have room for much. So I'm just trying to make sure that I can have the last one in there. And then we are gonna go in here and making this top thingy a little wider. Giving it a little drama here. I like that. And of course we're going behind the pattern that was there in the first place. Just taking the time you need, and put my video on pause if you are slower than I am, because I know I am a fast drawer here, so just pause it if you are behind, or speed it up if you are faster than me. I'm gonna go in here and color in these interstices that we have here in between the pattern. You can do this pattern in so many different ways, decorated, I mean. But I'm gonna do this one this time. And Also, I like the boldness of this. There we go, and just to make something more here in these petals, I'm just making a line and 2 dots. You can make it 1 dot or 3 dot or just a line if you want to. And I'm turning my tile around so that I can draw from the side that I want to. So that was this pattern right here. I think I'm gonna make this one in one of these, and I am going to turn my tile around because that's the fun with these Translucen-Z. And of course it's this pattern I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna make my line, my first line right here. This is a grid pattern with a double line. And every time I meet a pattern, I am going to draw behind. And this is gonna go actually down in a, I had it into a triangular shape, but I actually think I'm gonna end it like this, and then I'm gonna turn it around. Let's do it this way. And then I'm gonna make it into squares again with my double line and drawing behind. Like that. And I am gonna go in and color in these squares that we get here in the grid. All of them. Perfect. And then I am gonna go in and make these petals going to around the middle of the box that we have. And of course I'm going behind when I hit another pattern. Turn my tile, make the next petal here. Turn my tile again and do it one more time. Again, drawing behind when I hit a pattern. Let's see. and then we make a line from the corner and out. Turn the piece and do the same. And so on. Starting up here. Trying to find all of them. And let's see. Yeah, that's the last part of that one. I actually think it's a pretty one. So now we can turn this around and it will be in kind of a lighter gray shade. I want to make this little corner down here as well, because it's like bothering me that this is not a part of that tangle. Now it is. I was thinking about popping in some more black here to make it a little more drama-esque. Maybe just let's just go for it. Going to color in the background right here and see what's happening. Like this. Let me just take a look. I kind of like that. Maybe try to do it in a chessboard pattern to start with, and then see what's happening, if I like that, or if I want to color all of these with a black background. This one here. Sorry about that. Just taking my time with this, loosening my grip around my pen so I don't choke it. And enjoying each of my strokes here. Let's see, this one should be black in the background. And this one. Just taking one of these boxes at the time. I think I like this. And this is not part of the original tangle. Let's turn this around and look. I actually think that turned out pretty neat. I like that. Okay, so that was this pattern here. Now I need one for the other side. So I'm thinking of this one here, right here, but I'm also thinking if I should make one of more of these flower thingies. So I could put a tiny one right here, starting with my orb, and then this V shape. And this one I'm just trying to make it a little smaller than the first one. remembering to go behind when you hit another pattern. Oh, this is gonna be crammed in there, the last one. There we go. I'm gonna start with coloring in these interstices that we have going on. Like that. And then of course I'm going to thicken that line up here, and then you can correct the shape of your petal if you want to. There we go. And I'm gonna make my line and my 2 dots in all of my petals here. So that they matches each other. I'm gonna turn this around, making sure it's all dry. And then I have some small interstices here between these 2 flower parts, and I'm just gonna go in and color them black here on the back side of my tangle. There we go. Let's see. I like that. A little closer to the edge here. There we go. Okay, so for that tangle here, we need that curvy line that is kind of hitting itself. So it would be coming here, going out, going in, and like that. There we go. So that's the first part of it. Now we're going to put in this mucus shape. And they touch each other. Right here. And to do these, I am looking for that shape here, so I'm using it right here. And here. And I should have one around there as well, and it would be around here, and the same like that. Oh, and then there was a lot of ways to do this to make it interesting, and last time I made it just like in the book or in the step out. This time I think I'm gonna color out this little space here on top of these. So right here as well. This one. And of course I am going behind when I find a pattern. Or when I hit a pattern, so that we don't ruin the pattern we have on the other side. And then I'm just taking my time coloring in these top pieces. Actually, that would be the start of one of those mucas right there. Up here. And here we would have a tiny bit as well, and then we could go in with some oh wait, I forgot this one. This little piece up here. There we go. Then I'm just gonna go in with some lines here in between these muka shapes. Right here. I should have done that with a 0.5, I think. Oh well. And I'm doing it in all of these pieces here, so they all look alike. There we go. I think that's it. Just a second. That was this pattern right here. Let's turn this around. I really think it looks pretty neat. And I'm gonna take my piece of a bijou tile, not a piece, my bijou tile that I have been using for my graphite. So I'm just popping in some graphite on that, taking it up with my Tortillion, and then I'm just gonna go in here and pop it into this tile where I want my shadings. And you can always go in with more if you're not happy with the first you pop in. Actually, I think I'm gonna take my graphite and pop a line here on the outer side of my triangular shape. Using my Tortillion to soften that out. And a tiny bit of graphite will go a very long way on this paper. So just be careful if you are normally heavy-handed with your graphite, then you might have to be a little less heavy-handed right here. So on this paper, it's great to have a piece of paper next to you where you can put your graphite on. This way it's easier to control how much graphite you get on there. I have a tiny border string here that I want to get rid of. You might not see that on camera at all, but I noticed it, so I am getting rid of it. And I'm gonna do the same over here. Popping a little graphite along that outer edge of my triangular shape. Like that. I want some in these flowers here. And I like this to be a bit darker here. So that's why I'm using my graphite pen. And I might have enough on my Tortillion for the little flower here. Yes, that's perfect. Let's make a shadow here along this border here. Ribbon. Taking my Tortillion, softening that out. And I'm gonna do that on the other side as well. So along the side of this pattern here. Not too much graphite because it is going a long way on this paper. There we go. I'm thinking of doing it around the flower as well. Not sure. Let's go for it. So just a tiny line of graphite around the petals here. And of course the Tortillion. Trying to stay on the outside of my petals. There we go. I actually like that a lot. It's really nice. I was thinking if I should have some on this side as well, but I'm not sure. I could give this flower a little more here to make it a little more dark. I could do the same here. Just following the line of the ribbon on the other side, or border on the other side. And then using my Tortillion to soften it out. And that makes the shadow even deeper and darker. I kind of like that. Let's do it on this side as well. Again, just following the lines from the ribbon on the other side. And then softening that out. And I'm thinking if I should do around the flower as well, or if I should leave it like this. I kind of like it like that. Let's just pop in a little more here. Just a tiny bit. Yeah. Again, using my Tortillion to soften that all out. I wanted it a bit darker here where it is connected. I really think this is pretty cool. Let me take my white charcoal. I know this is kind of hard to see on this paper, but I am popping in kind of a little smiley line here on top of each of the petals. I'm not sure you can see it on the camera, but I sure see it here on the paper. Just using my Tortillion to soften it a tiny bit, not too much, because it will kind of disappear on this paper. So I'm just gonna give it a tiny bit with the Tortillion. Doing it here on the next flower. And again using my Tortillion to soften that out. I like that. I really do. I think I'm gonna leave the patterns here. I was thinking of maybe popping a little white over it, but I think that would be maybe too much. I could pop in a little here at the end of these wing thingies. And again using my Tortillion. Just a tiny bit. And do the same over here. Like that, and again using my Tortillion to soften that out a tiny bit. There we go. I think that's it. Let me try to pop it here on the black, then you can see the white on the flowers and so on a little better. So we made this one last time, and we found out that this is opening here on the side. So I'm gonna take this one and place it in there and close it, and there is the next one. So we have now 2 of these. I think this one turned out really neat. I have 2 more of these right here to a set, making a set of them. It's a nice gift for a friend, I think. Anyway, I liked this one really much. This was fun to make. So tell me, do you want me to make one more of these next time, or do you want me to work on this one next time we're going to make a tile? But otherwise, that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed this one. I had a lot of fun with that. So thank you for watching. Have an attitude of gratitude.